Now let's work on the design. First we are going to create a new document on the Photoshop, and the width is going to be 1800 and the height is going to be 1200. Now let's resize it. Control Alt I. We'll make this 24,000. We are going to create two sections. So let's create a ruler. We'll create the abstract design for this. So this is a ruler, the first part and the second part. For the first part, let's add an image. Control O. On the desktop I have an image. Let's drag this into our document. Control T. So this is going to be the banner section. So let's create a new layer. Press U and it will be on the gradient tool. Create a rectangle. Press U, create a rectangle, and just fill the colors. We need a gradient. Let's pick the color. It would be of violet and pink. Okay, and the other side. Okay, let's drag this till here. Now I think we have to click OK again. We missed to click OK, press enter, and that's done. Now get the layer at the top. Now everything seems to be alright. If you want, I want it to be upside down, press T again, drag it. So it is not going to work unless we change on the, press U, click here. I think we have to change the sides from this side, or do we have an option of inversion? Yeah, we have the option for inversion. The reason for I'm having this is we are going to have our abstract design just below the banner. That's the reason. Invert. Okay, press Control T. Okay, now so to have the abstract design, it is pretty simple. Take a pen tool, click on both the ends. What type of design we need? We want it to be like this. Okay, so till here and here, let's drag it. I think we have made a mistake. Control Alt Z. Control Alt Z. Control Alt Z to remove the points which we have added. And then over here join it. It is taking some time. Click here, click here. I need a little more. Pen tool is taking some time. That's alright, we'll learn it. Control minus again minus. So let's join this. So let's make it as a selection. And we have to fill the color. Let's check this color. Alt enter. For fill, it's over here. Alt enter. I think there is some mistake. What is causing that mistake? Let me check. There's so many shapes. Just delete it. So here if you see, click here and it will be working fine. Now press Control D. Now we need a image. Press open control. So let's just let this guy will act as an owner. Press V to move it, make it a layer, move it and paste it over here. Control T. Or if you want to edit the image, feel free to edit it. Delete this and edit it from here. Crop it. Control L. Okay. Now move it. Now at the end of it, we will be converting it into HTML. So wait for that. Blending option, drop shadow, you don't need stroke. Let the drop shadow be slightly visible. Okay. Now let's add the text. Let's make this curve little smaller. Press Ctrl T. That seems to be alright, I guess. Now let's work on the design. Press T for typing tool. New layer at the top. type heading 1. Let's make this as white. Change the font size to the maximum. If that doesn't fit, press Ctrl T again. Let's decrease the car size. Here you can have anything, but I'm just having the car. Press T again, drag it. You have to paste some HTML. Paste the lorem ipsum text. Decrease the size of the font, 36. Okay. Let's select these two, press V and move little up so that we can add a button. Get the car, move slightly up. Now let's add a button, press U and let's make the color as, let's try with white, fill it with white. Okay, type this is curve. This is a rectangle. The black suits well. Okay, press T again. New layer, press T, type read more. Okay, press T again to fit it. Now select these two, rectangle and read more text, and press V, horizontal center, vertical center. That's done. Now let's make the size little smaller. V for this button as well. Now select these two again, press V, horizontal, vertical. Okay, that seems to be alright. Let's work on the menus. Press T again. Let's group it, Ctrl G. Select these two, press Ctrl G and name it as button, and heading lorem ipsum text. Press G, banner, content, and this is the car, this is curve. We don't need this, delete it. It is not working, let me delete it from here. This is the car and this is what? This is the guy. So let's place this. This two is not needed. Let's drag it over here. Great. Now let's work on menu. New layer, press T, type home. Let's make the font size this seems okay. Control J, press V. Control J, press V. Control J, press V. T, it is about us. It is services, and it is contact. Press V. Select this and press V. Move the arrow button. That seems to be alright. Let's make some space. Group this. Control G as name it as menu links. Now we have button and the car. Let the car be over here. Press V and move little down, because let's add some space for logo. New layer. Control T. Logo. We don't have logo, we just have to type. Let's add our channel name. Press T to make the size a little bigger. Okay, press V and move a little up so that it matches with the links. And let's change the, press V and select this. Let's make this color little black. Double click the color option, select this. This is white, let's make it black. Okay. If you want, you can add stroke as well. Blending option, stroke, change it to white. Let's work on text shadow. That seems doesn't work. Let me cancel it. Let's try different color. Press T. White was okay, but we had the logo with same color. That's the reason. Fine, we leave as it is. So logo and select these two. Press V again. Horizontal, vertically center. And let's try horizontal center. Now it doesn't work. Control Z. Now that seems to be alright. The header section is perfect. Now let's work on the content section. Let's hide this for now. So make this as a group. Control G. Make it as header banner. And let's include this to this as well. Now we need a new layer. Press Control U, just U, and then ellipse tool. Press Shift and create a circle. Make it as a gradient. Choose this color as we created as per that. End it with this one. That seems to be right. Press V again. Control J, Control T. Move this a bit. Control J. Control J and Control T. Press T. That seems to be alright. Now control minus, get the larger circle, control J, press V again, control T, make this, drag it, okay, plus double click here, you can change the angle as well. Okay, now let's this guy online. What if we take it at the top, press T again, control T, that seems to be meaningful, press T again, which is I'm typing my name, make it a black, control T again, press T, drag it, just get all the text, close the folder, remove, change the color to black, okay, press V again to move. That's it. Let's select all the layers, press V and move little up, or this one, control G, circles, let's select these two, section and my name. We want the circles to be at the bottom, this is not needed. I'm just pressing arrow button. That seems to be perfect. Let's save it as PNG, Control S, or JPG just for the viewing part, because we are going to convert this into HTML. On my folder, final PSD, this is the third one, _3, JPEG format. Now let me open the Visual Studio Code and let me get all the images and save it into a folder and start. Fine, this is the plain HTML page. Let's work on it. I have just added a font Roboto, and that's it. We have an internal style with it, internal style sheet. Now what we need is, we need to create a container. We'll call it main, and this main will be divided into two halves. The first one is banner, I don't know why it's not working, it should work. It's a class, okay. And the second one is content. Let's say intro. On the first half, we know we have a header. In the header we have two sections. The first one is logo. It's simply a text called UI monks, and the second one is simply the list item with li, the anchor tag inside it, home, about us, contact us, and services. services and contact us. Great. Now inside, after the header, let's add the content, which will be again divided into two halves. The first one is call 50, which will have heading called h3 heading 1, and then we have paragraph lorem of 100 words, all set to break. Seems to be too much. Let's cut it to half. Then after that we have a button called read more, and on the second half it is just an image which is car. Let's see what is it. Is car.png. Let's refresh it. This is how it looks without HTML. Now let's work on the section. Fine, let's work on the CSS. The first one is the banner. Instead of banner, let's work on the meme. For all element, let the padding be 0 and let the margin be 0 and the box size border box, and then we have a main tag. This tag will have height of 200 vertical height and width of 100 vertical width. Why 200? I'll show you in a minute. Inside that we have a banner. This will have the height of, it's a class, 100 and width of 100, and then we have again intro, if you remember. Great. Now on the first half, what we need is, we need to create a gradient. Let's, for that, background linear gradient. Let's try on the console. Stick it at the right side on the main. Let's pick the CSS for it. We need top to bottom, so this seems to be alright. We just have to pass two colors. For now, let's add pink and violet. Banner, the style is not applied. Why is that? Close this, drag it a bit up. Let's try background color red. Okay, we have added the class. It is not a class. Great. Now let's pick the color from here. This is bottom and this is top. I think we are close now. For now, let's comment this section, which is giving some bad impression about the design. Just comment it. We'll resume it once we complete the header section. Okay, now we have a header. it's inside banner if you see. Then we have two section, logo and then the UL. Let's make it display flex, and there let's add width to it, width of 50% for logo and width of 50% for menus. Justify content center, align items center. Now let's make the UL list style none, and inside the UL we have LIs, and this LI will have margin right of 15 pixel. And we'll make display inline block. Great. Now let's add a height to it. Height of 150 pixel. Or just 100 pixel. Let's make it position absolute. To make position absolute, we want the banner to be position relative. Just if you see there are some extra spaces, that's the reason. So we need to give the header as header width, that's why. Now it would work. Wait, if you see, it is actually fitting the screen. Now let's work on the logo. We have an anchor tag inside the LI. Color white. Text decoration none. Font size 15 pixel, 30 pixel, 20 pixel. Great. Now let's work on the logo. Font size 30 pixel, color white, font weight, we need to add font weight to it. Font weight 800. Now inside the header let's add padding, top and bottom 0, left and right 50 pixel. Or what we can do is we will place this inside a container and we'll give container the width. Let's take this padding and apply it to here. Okay, we don't need container. We'll give it to the header itself. So if you follow this, then the content also need to be given padding. That's the reason why I was checking. This is logo. Let's make use the font Roboto. Select any one value because we have already used CDN. Just paste this on all element. Now the font will be changed. Great. Instead of 50, why don't we make 150? That's awesome. Instead of margin right 15, why don't we make 25, 30, 35? Well, that's alright. Now let's work on the other sections. Let's uncomment this content section. So we have content, then content has a row, then the row has call 50, then call 50 has h3, then paragraph, and then finally the anchor tag, which will act as a button for us. Since we have given position absolute, we can give width 100%, height 100%, or same width has 100 vertical width and height as 100 vertical height. Then give width 100% here and height 100% here. Why I'm giving width and height 100% is because we have used position absolute. Once we use position absolute, that height and width is not counted inside the container. Then this would be width 50%, and let's make this display flex. Like this 100% itself. Everything is working. It is because of the image that is making the issue. We have an image as well. Let's add the max width 100%. Great, that fits to the screen. Now this row we have display, justify content center, align items center. Now, as we already know, we have to use padding on the container. Now let's make this font size 50 pixel. Let's see how does it looks. Pixel. Justify contents, text align justify to make it even. Let's add the color as white, padding bottom of 15 pixel, 30. Font size is too big. We'll make this instead of 150, and we'll make this the first one as 40 and the second one as 60, colon nth child of 2. we'll make this as 60 or 70 and 30. Well, that's working as we thought. Or let's make it 40 and 60. Fine. Instead of making this, we'll give margin top to it. Margin top to 100 pixel. Padding top. $350. Great. Now we need on the H3, let's add 60, 70. Actually it's white. Now you see we have an image. Let's make this container as position relative, and we'll make the image as position absolute. Bottom of 0, or let's say 40 pixel. Was right. Now if you see, let's decrease the padding top of 200, 100, 200 is okay. Let's add some more lorem ipsum content. Paste it again. $250. Let's add the anchor tag. Padding top bottom 20 pixel, left right 20 pixel. Background black, color white. Margin bottom of 30 pixel. We need to add a text shadow 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 1 pixel, black. Stand out just like for the H3. We'll make it for the H3 as well. Great. Let's make it 30%. Well, that's great. Let's try to increase the logo size. And let's try to increase the anchor tag as well. what we do is, this is 50%, we'll make it 30% and we'll make it 70%, 60 and 40. $75 and $35. We don't need 35, we need 55 and 45. Let's try to decrease the font size. 25. Let's try to decrease the font size, sorry, padding. 100. So instead of margin right, we'll add margin left to all the list item. Somewhat close. Let's add some padding top to the header section. Well, that seems to be alright. 80. Fine, this seems even. So let's come to the trickiest part, which is intro. We need a div with class curve, and this will hold image. The image name is curve.png. Likewise, we have balls, we'll name it as circle, and then we have ellipse. So if you remember, this is all coming from the PSG which we have created. Now you see it is somewhat getting matched. Let's work on the positioning now. We have intro. This intro has curve and it has ellipse and balls. Balls, ellipse, and these guys have inside image it. Image, and then we have image inside it for ellipse as well. The first thing, width of 100 vertical width, height of 100 vertical height. So width 100%, height 100%, max width of 100%. Well, one fits, two to go. the balls will be having width 20% and 20%, and again the max width is same for all. It will take the height of the parent. Refresh it. Great. Now we need 3 more balls, 2 and 3, so 2 more balls. So we'll make the intro as position relative. Now inside the curve, colon nth child, this is for second one, and this is for third one. And height and width will be applied automatically from the parent, from this line. Position absolute bottom 0. Not for curves, it's for images. I'm sorry for that. Balls, balls, balls. So we need on right side as well as 0. Now all of them will be on the right side. Now let's position it, inspect. We'll take it out. And we'll make this overflow hidden so that whenever it comes, whatever comes outside will not be shown. Great, it has. Now let's style this. Let's make this top of 0. Let's position it as accordingly. This is the first guy. Let's give important IMPORTNT. Width is not working. Why? Let's check. Okay. Well, let's give this for the first image. Now let's work on the second image. We'll make this bottom just to identify it. Inspect second image. So this is another guy. Okay. We have to give important, I believe. We don't have to repeat the same thing again. What we can do is remove this. So to identify, we'll make the nth child 1 colon nth child as 1, or you can make it first child, it depends upon you. We'll add position absolute common. Now it's working. This is the nth child, which should be slightly smaller. You have to make the first one little even smaller. The first one is 30. Let's check the second one. Let's make it 20. And let's make the third one as 10%. Refresh it. Get the third one. This should come slightly below. That seems to be alright. Let's fix the position. Let's get this guy. Great. Fix it. Let's work on the third one. Great. Fix it. Then finally we need to add this find lowell. Let's make the position absolute to the parent. Top 0, left of 0. Let's see our ellipse. It is inside intro. Intro has position relative. Great. Closes. We have completed this. Now let's work on this. Top 0, left 0. We'll fix the percentage. Minus 50 percentage, minus 10 percentage. Well, that seems to be all right. We'll fix this, copy the whole thing and paste it. Well, we are almost complete. We have almost completed it. Now inside that we need to have, inside the intro we need to have a row. Inside row we need to have column 50. To identify differently, we'll use rows and calls. The first one will have image. Open it, and it's called this guy, JPG. And then we have another 50s. It will have h3, my name, and paragraph, lorem ipsum 100 text. Let's work on it. Then the intros has rows. After rows it has calls 50. Inside call 50 we have h3. Inside h3 we have paragraph. Then we have image itself. We'll make the max width as 100%. Rows width of 100%. We'll make the position absolute to be at the center of the intro div. Top 50%, left 50%. Transform, translate, minus 50%. Come on, minus 50%. Now if you see, it will be at the center. Let's add this as display flex. We'll give a height width to it, width of 50% each. Great. Let's give padding to it. Padding 50 per top bottom 0, left right 50 pixel, 100 pixel. Great. I think I have not cropped it. Let me crop it. You see there is no top and bottom, so I have cropped it. Let me refresh it. It's gone. Cool. we need to add a margin top 100 pixel, Alt Z to break into new line. Great. Now we'll make this Z index of 1. Now you can see it has come upward, it has come upward. I have little brightened the image, I haven't brightened, so we'll leave it as it is. Font size 40 pixel, 40 pixel, padding bottom 10 pixel, yeah, 10 pixel padding bottom. Great. If I copied the image, it would be little great, but that's alright. We can adjust it. Font size of 15 pixel, maybe too small, 20 pixel. Let's take some of the text out. Great. Box shadow 1, top bottom 1 pixel, left right 1 pixel, spread 1 pixel, black. Well, that seems alright. Let's blur the color a bit lower. Well, that's great. Copy the whole section and paste it on the image.